All right, I'm over here with my man Mike. So tell us a little bit about your setup here, man. You got some interesting stuff.
Thank you. This is actually my first time setting up a table. Just kind of brought some pieces that I've done over the years or recently, characters that I like. One of them is Spawn that I like a lot. It's actually a 20th anniversary, so that's why I brought these two pieces. I did this piece because it's a recreation of Topic Ron's second cover. And that is important because the current Spawn actually first appears in that issue because Al tries to transform into human and he actually turns into a white guy instead of himself. And somehow the white guy is the current Spawn. So I figured that would be a good one to do. This is actually the original. It's done in marker, whiteout, and highlighters. And the floor piece was actually the first one I ever did using whiteout with artwork. And I just wanted something to pop more than the white paper, and it came out pretty good.
Tell us a little bit about this panoramic you got going on over here. You got Superman and Spider-Man going at it. Looks like you got some three-dimensional action. What exactly are you working on?
This is actually an idea I had in my head for quite a while. I always thought it'd be cool to do a superhero version of the creation of Adam. Just the way Michelangelo drew the cape around God reminded me of Superman. And I just thought it'd be cool to do Spider-Man 2. The reason I picked the two is Superman, of course, is the first superhero ever. And he is also the most powerful ever. When Stan Lee created Spider-Man, he purposely wanted to make it more relatable to humans and people. So that's why I chose to do Spider-Man. Even though it's not Marvel's first, I think people might agree that Spider-Man's the most iconic, recognizable name. And I have the crack as one of the cracks that's on the other one, but this one kind of symbolizes the division of the two universes. So they're not really colliding into each other. It's just my way of representing that. And hopefully I'll have this piece done by Sunday.
Okay, we're gonna have to come back and check it out. Check it out. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and take a wild guess that your favorite comic book personality is the Joker, or is that just the person you like to dress up as?
I do really like the Joker a lot, yes. Unfortunately, you'd probably be like, why is there no Joker prints? I have also an idea that I wanted to do for the Comic-Con, being as the Joker has removed his face in the current DC universe, and there's speculation as to what it might look like. I wanted to do one where he was kind of halfway covering it up, and I was gonna do kind of like, it'd be, you see the underlaying skin and he still puts the makeup over top of it. I actually wanted to do that with my makeup today, but just not enough time to do it.
Yeah, time run out on you when you're working on art.
One of my favorites too. That's why I have these homage pieces here.
Yeah, time runs out on you when you're working on art. Well, thanks for joining us, Mike. These awesome pieces. We'll come back on Sunday and see if your 16th Superhero Chapel is done. Oh, and you can't use that name for it. Well, gotta take my royalties. But the Superhero 16th Chapel. Cool, man. All right, Mike, thanks. All right, now I'm here with Rich and Jamie. How are you guys doing today?
Great, how are you? Thanks, good.
Now, tell us a little bit about your comic book and what you guys are selling here today.
We're actually selling two different books. The first one is a series that I worked on my own. It's called Sentinels, and it's a story of a second-generation superhero team. And during the course of making that book, I met Jamie Faye here. He was a fan who came and showed me his artwork, and I loved it. I saw a great deal of potential in it, and we started collaborating, and we came up with our series, Neverminds, which is a story about three different girls who have different powers, not superheroes, but they do work for hire, different missions they'll go out on. It's a secret organization, and we're having a lot of fun with it. We wanted to do something a little different, a little lighthearted, but with a seriousness that everybody can relate to.
Now, you guys said you're co-creators. Now, for us laymen, how exactly does that work?
Originally, we were just focusing on one of the characters, and the whole storyline kind of evolved, so we changed it from being a really supernatural book into what it is now. But basically, when we decided to go in this new direction, I just sat down and I just started designing the characters and designing their powers, and we just grew from there and started adding their origins, you know, their backstories, and you know, their personalities just came from that.
Yeah, like he was saying, at first I came up with the idea because I had already worked on another series and I had a concept of a single character series, and so I built the world around that. Jamie did some illustrations, and we developed a working relationship that way. When we got more into developing the series, we discovered somebody else kind of did something very similar. I didn't want to have a product out there right after that that was similar, so we decided to take a new approach. Jamie had, like he was saying, he had a lot of ideas and stuff, so he came up with different characters, and then he gave me those designs with his ideas and his thoughts about them, and I enhanced them and incorporated them into what we had built before. So it was nice because it was almost like we had a pre-made history that we're never going to use, never going to see, but we use as a reference for us for the groundwork of the series. So in that way, it was a real collaboration. It became a collaboration.
I see. So let me ask you this then. So when there's a disagreement about the storyline, is it kind of a battle out in the book? Do you guys maybe give their characters against each other, and then we'll see who comes out popular? Is that how it's settled?
You got to fight your battles. We do have a lot of fights over certain stories, certain characters. More of the characters, I think. There's a character Jamie's not too fond of that I like, but you know, since he is the artist, you know, he wants to draw certain things, I got to dictate to that, you know.
Jamie, what do you say since I'm starting to fight? Come on, Jamie.
He's right in that aspect, but then there's stuff that like he writes and it was like, you know what, we don't need this page at all. And then he was like, well, no, what, you're right on that, we didn't need it, it's just a filler page. So then, but there's times that it's like, I was like, no, we don't need this at all. And then he's like, well, no, what, after a while, we get on the same page, and I think we have a healthy working relationship.
Well, sometimes that's how the best stuff is created.
Yeah, and I come from an art background. I went to Tyler School of Art, which is right here in Philadelphia. So I do a lot of the layouts too for Jamie. I'll help him, I'll pace out the story, I'll write the story, I'll do some layouts for him. He'll come back to me when he does the actual art, and he will eliminate a panel or 3 panels or a whole page sometime, because he can make things fit into different layouts, you know. But doing that collaboration thing helps him to visualize what I was seeing in my head, you know, because sometimes the story doesn't express it, but if you're able to draw, it's a better working relationship.
One of the things that we initially thought about was the look of one of the characters, and I designed her to be bald, and he fought me on it, and I was just like, no, she's staying bald, she's gorgeous, and now she's the one character that, you know, she stands out to everyone, and they talk about how gorgeous she is.
That's her without it.
And you know, I fought him on adding hair. I was like, no, she's going to be bald, and you know, she's striking.
And when she powers up, of course, she's got fire hair.
Yeah, and you never know what works. You never know.
People love the most. Yeah, that's the character we get the most comments on and the most feedback about. I think she has the most fan following so far. So, and we just started doing a line of figurines that a company in China approached us about, and she's going to be our second set of figurines. So,
and fans of your material, your books, your figurines, can they go to the website, get some?
Yes, we have a blog which is drumfishproductions.blogspot.com, and then we have different DeviantArt pages. Jamie's is JamieFayX at DeviantArt.com, and mine is Rich Bernatovich, my whole name. And then the Sentinels has a website, which is sentinelsonline.com.
Nice, guys. Nice work here. Hope you guys enjoy Philly Comic Con. Looks to be a good one.
Have a great show. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.